Bonjour tout le monde. Hi everyone. It's me, Ali, your fancy friend in Montreal. And for today's video, we're talking about these new Armani Dolci blushes. These are described as a smoothing, blurring, also matte finish cream blush. So we're going to go ahead and test these out. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. Okay, so the timestamps are down below. Go ahead and peruse those. I think first things first is just a product breakdown. So I picked these up at Holt Renfrew. I bought these in person. I wanted to swatch them. And these are 48 Canadian plus tax individually. Now, there are 5 shades to choose from right away. This is a brand new product, by the way. It's not a new addition to a color. This is a brand new item, hot off the press. They have a classic powder compact blush, but this here is new. So this is the Armani Beauty Dolci Blush Smoothing Cream to Powder Soft Matte Balm. Okay, and this is meant to be hydrating, long wearing, and have a matte finish. Oftentimes, cream blushes in a stick like this have a satiny, dewy finish, but these are meant to be matte. And what else? Ingredient list. Let me go ahead and put this right here. I've been testing this out for, I think, 5 days now. No breakouts, no redness, nothing of that nature. If you have sensitivities or prone to irritation, have a look before you purchase. And these are 8 grams of product in each little container. Now, I know that these look short and stout, but there's actually 8 grams of product in the blush here. What drew me in, what got me like a little magpie looking at something sparkly and shiny, is the color. I saw these and I thought that they looked like a little tray of macarons. Something about the shape, the roundness, the finish, it drew me in. So each blush, the outside corresponds to the blush color on the inside here. It's matchy-matchy. Something about that, it sparks joy in my little lizard brain, and I was very happy to pick these up. So the 5 shades to choose from. The first one is Rose Blush. This is shade 1. This is what it looks like here. There's no real scent, no perfume, no fragrance that I can smell. And this is a swatch here. These glide so easily. They do have a little bit of a balm-like texture. They feel very creamy. I think maybe you can sort of see a little bit of that shine. These just glide on and they have a lot of pigment. They're very opaque and very saturated, which I quite like. I want my blush to look like blush. Shade number 2 is called Caramel. Now this is a bronzer. It's a blush and a bronzer 2-in-1. I think this shade here would just be really perfect. A lot of these colors I think are ideal for a monochromatic look. You can blend them on the cheek, on the eye, on the lip if you want to as well. Number 3, Apricot, is so pretty. That one is very intense. I think it's more suitable for a deeper skin tone. It's just so lovely and just so saturated. And I think it's a really nice color for the summer months. If you like warmer, more orangey makeup, even gold. Now, number 4, Cinnamon. Oof. This, again, I think is in the bronzer category. So if you have a deeper skin tone and you want something that's like a mix, a cross between a blush and a bronzer, but it wasn't too red. Sometimes these almost terracotta cinnamon colors look a bit red. This was a little red, not very red, almost more neutral, which is really nice. And then number 5, Mauve. What do you prefer, mauve or mauve? This is number 5 right here. That's this color. And I think this one also is almost in the bronzer category. This is almost more of a neutral mauve-y pink. And again, there is no shimmer here. These look nice and hydrating, but there's no sparkle, no shimmer whatsoever. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to do half and half. On one side, I'm going to use number 1, this one here. Now here, it looks very coral, very bright. We're going to go ahead and apply this here just to see the difference. And on this side here, we'll do number 5. I encourage you to vote in the comments down below. Let me know which color you prefer. So what I like to do is I like to load up some color on the back of my hand like this. And then I go in with a brush and I pick up the color. I'm not a fan of just swiping the blush stick on the cheek. I find you get too much product. You want to control a little bit how much color payoff you get. I find that these are very saturated. There's a lot of color payoff initially. You can build this up, but also it's very intense. I like the intensity. I like that you don't have to faff about too much. You just get exactly the color you want. At the same time, it's much more wearable than it looks. Like at first you're like, oh my God, that's going to be so like a neon coral. I love a neon coral on my nails, but I don't know if I want that on my cheeks. But it's much more wearable once you actually blend it out. And you'll notice the models here, they all have that monochromatic look. So they used this blush here, and maybe I'm just taking the brush here by the end. I'm just going to take some up here and on my chin, and I'm taking what's residually left on the brush. I'm not necessarily dipping back in. And then what I'll do is I'll pick up, this feels very silky, just touching it like this. Take a little bit and put some under the brow bone like this. I'm doing this much more subtle because I'm going to do the other color on the other side, but it's just to give you an idea that you could do this. Now for the other side, mauve here, I picked up these two colors specifically because this one here, I like number one as a little bit more of a punch, a little bit more of a color. But number 5, it's my cheek, but better. It really, it melts in, and it's going really well with the lip combination I have going on here. But I think number 5 might be more of a very easy, everyday type of blush. Just sort of doing the same thing I did before. Just taking it up here. Might be combining a little bit on the nose here. Doing the same thing under the brow bone here. Yeah, number 5, I think is the super easy, very user-friendly blush color. You can tell that I'm wearing blush, but it's very, very natural. I think it pairs better with this lip combination here. It's so light. This really is a type of product that just sort of floats to the top. You know how you have like different makeup products, but there's always certain ones that always float to the surface of your makeup drawer, makeup bag, whatever you're rocking. And I think this is that product here because yes, it does look like blush, but it's really just my cheek, but better. Let me just do a quick comparison here. So again, these Armani ones are 8 grams of product in each one. The ones that I thought of right away are from Westman Atelier because I just really love these as a blush stick. And these ones are 6 grams of product. So you get less with Westman Atelier. However, Westman Atelier feels a little bit more hefty. You get this like magnetic closing thing. They feel heavy. They feel heavier. Westman Atelier feels heavier, but you have less product. Now, this is the shade Mignette, which I did think of when I thought of this one here, but I think Mignette is a bit more peach, and Westman Atelier, depending on the shade, like this one here, has shimmer. It has a lot of shimmer in it. It has like this luminosity to it, so there's that. And then this one here is Petal from Westman Atelier. I clearly like both of these colors because I have a lot of repeat shades. This is Petal right here. I think Petal is also matte. With Westman Atelier, it depends. They're not all matte or all shimmer. It depends on the blush. I also have this one here from Jones Road. This is the shade Bear. This is 4.5 grams of product. This one is really pretty. I like Bear a lot. It's a really great, very cool mauve rose blush. It's very, very pretty. This one also is matte, but Jones Road stays wet, stays dewy. That's very different finish. This one here, the finish is like a soft velvet matte. There's no stickiness, there's no shine whatsoever. Like it looks healthy and luminous, but there's no sparkle, there's no shine, there's nothing greasy. I feel like this might be nice if you have dry skin or maybe even a mature skin, because there's no sparkle particles that are going to fall in anywhere, but the finish is quite lovely. Next up, we have Violet Rephr. This is 5.1 grams of product. This is this beautiful purple one here. Souvenir de Volubilis. This one is very purple. It has a really nice, fun texture too. I don't think this is going to look like anything similar. No, but it has a nice, soft, powdery finish. I think just manipulating the texture like this, it does remind me a little bit. I think Armani feels softer and more powdery. Now, the infamous Prada Beauty blushes, my goodness. These ones are 3.5 grams of product. These ones feel quite flimsy. Armani feels heavier, that's for sure. So this one here, I think might be close to a shade. I'm running out of real estate. I don't think it's that close. Feels nice, but not as powdery and silky as Armani. This one here is the Dior Backstage in Pomelo. I just picked this up recently. I don't know what this one is going to be close to. And this one is 4.5 grams of product. Okay, I remember this was difficult to swatch. This one is like a little bit coral, not too orange though. Let's see if I can get a good swatch. I don't think it's super similar, but I think, I don't know. I don't think it's super similar, but it is very pretty. And then last but not least, we have YSL. This is 6 grams of product, and this is Honeymoon. This is not going to look similar to anything here. This one is like a nice warm caramel color. It's really lovely. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here are some recent blushes that have come my way. So yesterday we had Carimas, which is the Montreal Caribbean Festival Caribbean Parade. And I thought, you know what? This would be a great time to do a little wear test and to see if this little guy, this little cute macaron, can sustain the Montreal heat. And that's what I did. So at first, this photo here is, I think, maybe 2 or 3 hours. It's in natural sunlight. I'd been outside a little bit, but not very much. It's still held up the exact same, and I'm only wearing this one here, the first one, the rose one. I wanted to go with something really bright and summery here. And this video here is at the very end of the day. This is 10 hours of wear, 10 hours of being out in the sun, at a festival, at parades, etc., dancing, all that stuff. It was a really fun event. I love Carimas. It's a great festival. Anyway, I think that the blush did fade a little bit after 10 hours. Not that much. You can still tell that it's there. It's just not as bright as when I first put it. I think I would probably do Painted by Esther's technique next time. Maybe put this down, powder a little bit, and then reapply a little bit over top just to get a little bit extra punch. I didn't powder. I didn't use setting spray, anything like that. I kind of wanted just to see in its purest form how it would last. I think it is long wearing. I just don't know if it'll like survive a summer festival day. And I think that's okay. Like, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Overall, I really love these. I think they're so cute. There's something about these that just like gets me. I'm like, oh my God, it's like little macarons. I think they're adorable. The texture is like a really silky, soft, powdery finish. and it's a soft matte. It's not luminous. I think this is really good for summer because it doesn't look really sticky. It doesn't feel sticky. Like I love Jones Road blushes, but now that it's so hot out, I don't necessarily want to add lots of dewy finish products to my skin right away. Later on in the year perhaps, but right now I want something more matte. And I really love these. I think they're really nice. Again, vote in the comments down below. Do you prefer blush 1 here, Rose, or 5, Mauve? I would love to hear from you down in the comments below. So I think that's about it. I think that's all we have to say about these new Armani blushes. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I know some of you have already picked them up. I posted about this on Instagram last week, and some of you have already picked some up. Let me know what you think in the comments. I was kind of surprised by this release. I hadn't really seen any sneak peeks. It just sort of popped up and I was like, ooh, these look cute. Let me give these a try. If you have made it to the end of today's video, you may as well like and subscribe. I know a lot of you who watch me do not subscribe. You may as well. I do lots of reviews, lots of tutorials, and I'll mix and match new and old collections together. So I won't give you FOMO. I'll show you how to reuse some of your older items. So make sure to subscribe. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys for today. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.